down here at Lest We Forget Park this morning on a rather brisk fall morning with our Manager of Community Economic Development, Guy Lapointe. I want to take a few moments of your time today and go over DARP. For those of you who don't know what that acronym stands for, it's the Downtown Area Redevelopment Plan. So Guy, it's been 7 or 8 years since the initial development of the plan itself. I think we can all agree that after that length of time, we're ready for a refresh, a reset, if you will. Perhaps just give us some background information on DARP.
Absolutely. So DARP was really about revitalizing the downtown, and we were looking for ways to make that happen in simple actions. And so that could take place in terms of improving pedestrian access or walkability, or revitalizing a downtown park space, or improving the lights on certain streets. So lots of that work has happened, and it really has happened organically at this point. There hasn't been a dedicated budget for that sort of thing. And so when we've had the opportunity to do the work, we've done the work.
Right. And when you mention budgets, I know that Council has earmarked some rather significant funds over the next 10 years. Works out to, I think it's $340,000 every biannually, so
yeah.
$1.7 million over the next decade that's earmarked specifically for downtown improvements, some of which could possibly fall into those categories that you outlined.
Yeah.
We've got lots of wonderful examples both here in the park and throughout downtown. Some of the highlights that we can put in people's mind.
So past projects, we would be looking at something like the stage down here at the park, maybe some downtown art. So there's a tree on 49th Street, I believe that is. And again, you know, the big project would probably have been the Main Street project that happened in 2017. And so at that point we did a lot of streetscaping, some additional sort of landscaping at that point. And again, it sort of tied the entire project together.
Yeah, and we don't want to confuse people with the idea of the facelift portion of the downtown area development with the actual capital work that goes on the underground and that type of thing.
Right.
This is specifically for the enhancement of the downtown core, which we feel is very important to our well-being of the city overall.
We'll be looking for ways to utilize that $1.7 million, which is new funding for us. Again, in the past, we've actually typically just piggybacked on work and taken the opportunity to do some of the improvements and enhancements that you've talked about. And so in this case, we'll be able to use that money to either augment some of that budget or do specific projects, like say a gateway as you enter downtown.
And I guess members of the public, we're going to try and encourage them through various methods to be involved and put forward good ideas. We don't expect them to have all the fine details worked out, certainly not the financing, that kind of thing, but how are we going to go about garnering some of these creative ideas that we can incorporate into our downtown core?
Yeah, so I think we'd like to have some public participation. We're going to create a specific landing page where people will get updates on the DARP work that we're doing. But that first step is really about public participation. So you're going to see members of city administration out at either events or, you know, say the local grocery store will bring that message to you. And then we would like you to complete a survey as well. So not a very detailed survey, but one that just will establish the priorities for us.
So Guy, perhaps you can just go over some of the timelines. I think while this video is a great way to get people thinking about it, what are the actual timelines for some of those events?
Yeah, so we're looking to start things in early October here. So we'll be kicking things off. And the public consultation, at least the initial phase, will go through until the end of November. And then there'll be a report that goes to council in terms of what that initial sort of priorities look like. We won't be very detailed at that point, but we might flesh out the themes, the general themes that come out of that.
That sounds great. Look forward to this coming together.